We had cameras on the Jazz team bus pulling into the arena. The players exuding confidence as we get set to get the action started. Hey folks, we've got some NBA action on deck. Tonight is featuring the in-season tournament. I'm Brian Anderson. With me tonight, Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, with Allie LaForce joining us courtside. We are now into November, so let's check in on the standings in the Western Conference. You look at the Grizzlies, they're in 8th place with plenty of games to be played. And of course, there's Utah. They currently find themselves down in the bottom of the conference. So here are the Jazz starting five. The forwards, it's Markkanen and Collins. Sexton runs point with Clarkson at the 2. And it's Kessler in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Grizzlies, Smart and Bane in the backcourt together. Jaren Jackson out there with John Conchar. And it's Tillman in at the 5, roaming the paint. Well, Grant, we're still early on in the season here, but you feel like you've got a good sense of these teams yet?
Absolutely no. I mean, it's too early right now to tell. Now, some teams are still kind of coming into their own, so I think we need a few more games before we get a real sense of who the contenders are this year.
Here's Smart. Pass to Tillman. Outside Bane. The 3 ball. Rebound, Utah. Last time they met in Salt Lake City.
In their last game against this opponent, they secured the win because their second unit really stepped up.
Yeah, the reserves added another dimension to their offense, and the opposition had no answers on how to slow them down.
Here's Jackson. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist.
Well, great point guards keep their eyes up on the court. Young players should watch how Smart goes about this man's business.
Clarkson for 3. And again, it's Utah with a 3.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And just about a minute into this first quarter. Conchar outside. Sexton against Smart. And he slams it in one-handed.
That is impressive. Marcus Smart just punishing the defense with that finish.
A few teams in the NBA take on the identity of their city. None more than the Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, so true. I mean, grit and grind is a way of life in Memphis. And the team embraces that mantra, playing with a swagger.
And that one falls for Clarkson.
And at this stage of his career, Clarkson really knows his role. A highly effective scorer who looks to decimate defenses.
Now here's Bane. He chipped in with 13 points in his last game.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Sexton against Smart. Sexton, that's good.
Wow, now this is how you want to start your games. Flawless shooting so far.
The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Outside Bane. Back to Smart from behind the arc. Collins with the rebound. The Jazz have gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. Kessler passes to Collins. Lets the 3 fly. The Grizzlies pull it in.
You knew eventually they were going to miss one. At least you hope.
Out to the right wing. Kicks it out to Bane. Beyond the arc. Kessler with a rebound. Utah's gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Markkanen misses.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Smart passes to Bane. And it's Jordan Clarkson with the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First team.
Utah leading. On the floor for Utah, getting going in the second. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Omer Yurtseven. Then there's Taylor Horton-Tucker. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. And it's Abaji in at the 2-guard spot. RJ, you watch Desmond Bane. He plays with a giant chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, not highly recruited out of high school, playing 4 years in college. Bane was the last pick of the 2020 first round. And let me just say, he plays like he's been slighted.
Clock at 6. Pass to Kennard. 11 feet out. This is another, just 1 of 4 from the floor. Utah shooting 61% for the game, knocking them down. Markkanen for 3. That's what he does. Lauri Markkanen.
And I want to see Markkanen continue to shoot from deep because he's a quality sniper with impressive range.
The 11-footer. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Abaji, the pass to Olynyk. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Smart play from Rose, getting up close to the basket for a high percentage look.
Olynyk for 3. And it's Bane with the rebound.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Lofton uses the glass to finish the layup. Lofton's gotten his second bucket on the night.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Pass to Markkanen. Now here's Olynyk from deep. It's rebounded by Memphis. Bane's got 4 rebounds now. Rose, left side. Down low. Here's Kennard. And it's good for 2. Kennard's got his second basket of the game.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
A new look Jazz roster seemed primed for a rebuild, but they're winning games. Coach Will Hardy said, "I think it's amazing that this group has figured out a way to put personal agendas aside and go out and compete every night."
Well, he's been a big part of it, Allie. Thank you. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Going with an almost entire new group here. Tillman's checked in for Lofton. Jackson comes in for Aldama. Conchar, he's checked in for Desmond Bane. And Smart subbed in for Rose. Fontecchio's checked in for Utah. Dunn comes in for Horton-Tucker. Ooh, the Grizzlies with another miss.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Pass to Abaji. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Now here's Smart. He's got 5. Here's Conchar, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
They have no answer defensively inside.
1:43 left in the half. Olynyk finds you at 7. Done with it. Here's Fontecchio for 3. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 on this game. Well, you really can't say enough about what Jaren Jackson Jr. has done since entering the league, RJ.
Yeah, B.A., not only is he a walking bucket, but opposing offenses have to account for how good he is on the defensive end. That's why he was Defensive Player of the Year.
Here's Jackson, and the Grizzlies get another bucket right there.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Here's Dunn. And the three off target.
Yeah, and they've taken their foot off the gas a little. They were much more aggressive to start the game and really getting their opponent in early foul trouble.
Now here's Smart. Here's Tillman. That's in. Coming off an assist from Smart. Smart's got 3 assists in the game.
Smart decision to kick it out to another guy once the defense is fixated on him in the paint.
Olynyk passes to Yurtseven. Launches a 3. He can't hit that time.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
The execution has been better lately. But do they have enough energy to pull it off?
The thing they have to watch for is mental fatigue. They have to stay focused and finish the job.
Now here's Yurtseven. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
Not to mention the rim protection he provided, credited with 2 blocks, and you know that he altered a few more.
On Tokyo, first personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
8 seconds. Left to play in the half. Now Bain, a deep 3. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
I love it. Just thumbing his nose at the height disadvantage. He's able to get the space he needs and convert.
And you know it takes skill for you to get your shot up over a bigger guy. Little giant killer. That's impressive stuff.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Jazz out in front. They lead by 1. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
We'll get to the first half action in just a second, but first, let's take a look at where teams are sitting in the power rankings. And for teams at the top of the rankings, are they a guarantee to make the finals?
I'm not going to guarantee it, but they are 100% making the finals.
How is that any different than a guarantee?
Because I don't think it's stole on lock yet, but it's going to happen.
Let's shift focus back to the Utah Jazz, who find little separation after one half of play.
Oh, they're playing with a lot of heart, Ernie, and that's showing up in a lot of places, especially on the offensive rebounding. They've been crashing the boards all night, Shaq.
And they're living off second chance points.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. You look at Jordan Clarkson, what a contribution.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Smart and Bain in the backcourt together. John Conchar is out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Tillman in at the center position, locking down the middle. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Now here's Smart. Smart on the drive. An easy 2 on the layup. Smart has got 9. Well, Grant, we saw a lot of lower seeds winning series in last year's playoffs. Is the regular season losing importance?
You know, B.A., there's greater parity, which means less separation in the league, especially between the top seeds and the bottom seeds. But still, the league needs to make sure regular season games do matter.
Here's Conchar. He's got 5. Pass to Smart. Over Sexton. They get it back. Utah's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. And it's good. 2 points.
And the court awareness getting better with time. Sexton making an effort to pass it to teammates who are wide open.
Here's Tillman. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist. Smart has got his 4th assist with that last one.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Puts it up. For 3, Collins. Counted from distance. Collins has got his 2nd basket on the night.
And this has been a nice start to the second half. They're 3 out of 4 in a rhythm on the offense right now.
Jackson with a screen on Sexton. Smart punches it home off the drive.
And Smart's initiative, that's my favorite part. Like, he is amazing at making things happen on the drive.
Marcus Smart traded last summer, Grant, bringing his defense to Memphis now.
Yeah, Smart was such a fixture for the Celtics. So long, but the way he plays should fit perfectly with Memphis. A great addition for the Grizzlies.
And that one is stuffed right through.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, a few years back, Marcus Smart was talking about how he'd love to follow in Hall of Famer Gary Payton's footsteps as the next guard to win Defensive Player of the Year. He spoke it into existence last year, winning that coveted award. But guys, you watch him play, his actions on the court speak louder than words.
No doubt about that, Allie. Thanks. Good stuff there.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. To the middle. And the ball out of play. The Jazz will have it. Showing the numbers from last NBA season, the leaders in team steals. In third, the Grizzlies.
And this is a team that takes great pride in being aggressive on the defensive end. They take good risk and know when to go after opportunities for steals.
Kennard, he's checked in for Memphis. Derrick Rose comes in for Smart. And a switch here also for Utah. Horton Tucker, he's checked in for Markkanen. And that one's good. Clarkson.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Here's Rose. Oh, he can't stop the run as that misses. The Jazz have gotten 6 of 8 shots to go and looking good since the break. Back to Clarkson. And there's another one for the Jazz.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Kennard outside. Memphis calls timeout. You look at Jordan Clarkson. What a contribution.
And whatever the D has thrown.
We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter. You're at 7 against Bain. Goes back up. And the layup is up and in. Bain's got 5.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Here's Horton Tucker. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Jazz out in front, up by 10. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. And so it's Rose with it. He brings it up for the Grizzlies. Trailing by 10. After this game, they can look forward to L.A., where they'll match up against the Clippers. It'll be the start of a 3-game trip on the road. So on the floor for Utah, Kelly Olynyk is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Omer Yurtseven. Then there's Talen Horton-Tucker. And it's Abaji in a two-guard. Knocks it down from distance.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Here's Rose. Banked it in off the glass.
I mean, how many times have you seen that? Derrick Rose driving, scoring, exerting his will on the game.
Here's Horton-Tucker. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
Memphis has gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. From deep, Bane. Abaji with a rebound. Agbaji's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now. That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Rose finds Bane. And there's a pick. The 3 connects from downtown.
As a player, a good first half, look, it can wake you up. Sometimes it leads to much improved play in the second half.
Outside Horton-Tucker. Over Rose. Markkanen from long range. And again, it's Utah with a 3.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Memphis has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the 4th. Timeout called. Memphis.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
And we see it so often. One little tweak to the game plan and everything falls into place for a team.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Tillman's checked in for Lofton. Jaren Jackson comes in for Aldama. And it's Conchar in for Kennard. So Utah going with an almost entire new group here. Kessler, he's checked in for Yurtseven. Collins comes in for Olynyk. Clarkson's checked in for Abaji. And Sexton subbed in for Horton-Tucker. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, I had a chance to find out what Taylor Jenkins was discussing with his players. He showed a lot of trust in his players. He said to them, quote, "You already know what to do, guys. Don't lose focus on the big picture now. Go out and get this win for us." Guys, back to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. A chance to get a quick injury report. And now Allie LaForce with an update for us on Marcus Smart. What do you have, Allie?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Grizzlies provided us some information. He said it doesn't look good at all. They are very concerned. It's a tough way to start the season, both for him and for the team, but they're optimistic that he can get back at some point.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Boy, this injury definitely looks like it could be serious, guys.
Here's hoping it's not, but yeah, this team may have to get used to playing without him for a bit.
And you just hate to see any injury, but potentially a serious one like this breaks your heart.
Fires in the triple. And the Jazz lead by 17.
3 points.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Timeout called. Memphis. They trail by 17. A minute 58 left in the 4th. Marcus Smart's checked in for Rose. Inside, here's Conchar. Oh, it's blocked! It deflects off the backboard. Jackson against Markkanen. Pass to Kessler. From downtown. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for Utah.
All you have to do is look at one stat, and that is their block numbers. It tells you how tight their D has been. They've been going out of their way to smother the defense.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense. And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Jazz.
Seemed like the sheer volume of three-pointers today was the deciding factor.
And they'd hit one and then just dial it up again. And it worked.
And they pick up their 4th win of the year. Every victory so sweet in the association.
And with just one game left to play between them, they've captured the first 2 meetings of the year.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Jordan Clarkson.
And let's just say this, the name of the game is scoring, and yes, he provided that tonight. You're welcome. And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Sexton looking around. Pass to Kessler. And the shot goes.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
And stolen by Sexton. Here's Clarkson. And he throws it down with one hand.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
And as it should be, to be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
They're limiting the offensive possessions for the other team. Tough to win with no extra possessions.
For 3, Sexton. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
I think when you've got it going from three-point range, you got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing this one. And Grant, in addition to getting the regular season win here tonight, they also start the group portion of the in-season tournament 1-0.
Yeah, and getting that first win in group play is big. With so few games within the group, this is the ideal way to start their run at the NBA Cup.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Well, tonight, Colin, what a game for you. When you think about your development as a player, what are you most proud of?
I feel like I've accomplished a lot, gotten better. That's the biggest thing. Just continue to grow each and every day when I'm in practice. And my teammates, they've been helping out tremendously, and I appreciate them for that.
The sky's high for Colin Sexton.
All right, Allie, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is...
Welcome, everyone. A bit more excitement in the air tonight as this matchup is the first game of the in-season tournament. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at San Antonio. They're sitting 8th right now in the early going. Of course, there's the Timberwolves, a half game back.
And, you know, right now for San Antonio, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing. It perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Towns and Gobert hold down the post for him. Conley is the point. Edwards plays on the wing. And it's Brown in at the small forward spot. And for the Spurs, Wembanyama is the center with Sohan next to him. The guard pair are Jones and Vassell. And it's Osman in at the 3 spot. Well, here we are, Greg, in Game 1 of the in-season tournament. Both teams eager to not only pick up a regular season win, but also take their first win in 4 games in the initial group round.
And it's going to be interesting to see how the tournament evolves, right? I'll be curious how that extra edge of intensity may be involved in tonight's game.
And the rejection by Wembanyama. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. Jacks up a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Oh, how about the vision by Wembanyama there? Always looking to get teammates involved.
For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Brown wide open. He fires. Off target with his 3. San Antonio with the ball. Outside, Jones. He tries for 3, and again, it's San Antonio with a 3. And with Tim Duncan and David Robinson, Greg, the legendary Spurs big man of days gone by, does that, do you think, add pressure for Victor Wembanyama?
Maybe a bit, but he also has the resources of the same great organization behind him, and that's what'll help.
So it's San Antonio now, after the basket by Minnesota. A nice shot by Sohan.
And just feeding the open man. Nice recognition there from Vassell.
Conley, the pass to Brown. Back to Conley. 3-pointer. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now here's Vassell. And again, it's the Spurs from deep. Anderson outside with the floater, and he lays it up and in. Anderson's got the lead up to 6 now for Minnesota.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Devin Vassell out there with Devontae Graham. Then it's Collins, and it's Bassey in at the center position. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
Oh, here's Edwards. He's tightly guarded. Anderson finds Edwards. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And, you know, succeeding in the catch-and-shoot game will really help Edwards set up his drives to the hoop.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, of course, these young Spurs are coached by one of the all-time great coaches in Greg Popovich. Kelton Johnson says of Pop, he's around here smiling and excited each and every day. To have him along with us is big. And Popovich gives them confidence. Devin Vassell said, as long as we play together and we play the right way, we'll have a chance to win every game. Kevin?
And having you-know-who helps too, right? Wembanyama makes things happen. David, thanks. Here's Vassell. After the basket by Minnesota. Wasted no time on that one. Vassell's got 8 points.
And what do you expect from Vassell? He's an accurate shooter from the perimeter.
Edwards with it. He has 5. Here's Anderson. A 3. Rebound, San Antonio. This is their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves.
The game is the first of a 3-game season series for these clubs, both looking to take round one.
The first time you face a team in the season, that's when you're looking to take that mental advantage. Demonstrate you're better, and that could make it easier down the road.
Edwards passes to Anderson, and Anderson slams it in.
Nice read by Edwards there, finding a wide-open teammate and sending the ball his way on target.
And Clark, what can you say about Anthony Edwards? Living up to that first overall hype, he has been spectacular.
Yeah, he has been, Kevin. I agree. Some were surprised he went first overall, but you look back at that draft, he was as good a #1 pick as any of them, and he's certainly proven to be worthy of that status.
And San Antonio has possession. After the miss from Kyle Anderson, drains the three-pointer.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Oh, here's Edwards. D right on him. From outside the arc, as he pulls it in.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the three, but he just couldn't get it to go.
Branham, good.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up.
Timeout. Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide-open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. Both teams making some changes here.
4th in blocks. And they also showed up in the top 5 in terms of steals. Their on-ball defensive pressure was killer last season.
And their field goal percentage speaks to what a patient team they were last season. Good shot selection was certainly the key to their system. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Remarkable consistency from deep. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
Yeah, you know, the defense had no answer for him. To do that kind of damage on the road, impressive.
Anderson finds Towns. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Towns has got 11.
Hey, you know your center is a great shooter when your goal is to get him a 3. Towns can make those pay dividends.
Now here's Jones. He's got 6. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
To the inside. Branham, good. And now it's an 11-point San Antonio lead.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Passes it to Brown. And Brown throws it down.
And, you know, Conley developed great vision in terms of the floor, and that allows him to spot an open teammate.
Here's Branham. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Knicks in New York.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
24 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Brown, no good. San Antonio leading by 12. And the pass to Wembanyama. Here's Branham. Jones for 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Carl. Impressive start for you. What's the mentality going into a game like this?
Just being aggressive. Really played like We didn't play well at all the first half myself. All of us are missing a lot of easy bunnies. We're missing layups for us as pros. So second half, if we make those layups, we should be fine.
And see if you stick to the script. Thanks very much, man. Back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
Welcome to the halftime show. And if they're going to turn this around, it's going to be a long road back for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
They have to stay attached to shooters because they're getting torched. I want to see them fighting on the screens, getting those hands up. Don't be lazy.
They've certainly dug themselves a hole. Might take a couple of big runs to climb out of it. And now we turn our attention to the Western Conference standings here in the early going.
I think for the Timberwolves, they've played below average basketball coming out the gates. They were hoping for more. They were talking a good game in the preseason, but they have not backed it up. Like you never back anything up, Ernie.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. And Clark, we see so much more dribble handoff action these days. It's part of almost every offense.
Yeah, it gets a little redundant, but it's effective, Kevin. And the league is a copycat league. If it's working, you continue to do it yourself. Teams realized how useful it can be creating the matchups they want. That's a big driver of it, and players are good at running it. And quite, for fans, it tends to be pretty entertaining because you typically are playing through your best players.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. The two towering figures inside for him, Towns and Gobert. Conley is the point. Edwards plays on the wing. And it's Brown in at the 3 slot. Timberwolves trail by 15. Conley the pass to Towns. Brown outside. Nailed from three-point land. Brown's got his team on the board first here in the second half for Minnesota. Pass to Vassell. There's the triple. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got his third assist on the night. Minnesota's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Incredibly for the Minnesota Timberwolves, Clark, the 2004 playoffs are the only time they've won a series.
Kevin, with Kevin Garnett, they had a few 50-win teams and some excellent coaches. That just tells you, I think, how hard it is to win in this league.
And practice is paying off. Vassell has worked so hard to get his shooting dialed in.
Pass to Gobert. Over in the corner, Brown. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Brown's got 6 points in the quarter.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Takes a 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
And the Spurs with possession after Anthony Edwards missed from long range. And San Antonio has possession. Graham from outside. It's good from long range. Graham's got 9 points.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Here's McLaughlin. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Devin Vassell has been on display for the San Antonio Spurs. He's been a major threat from three-point range. Got 2 of them to fall in that quarter. And we'll be back with you shortly. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Devontae Graham. Collins is out there with McDermott, and it's Branham in at the shooting guard. That's the San Antonio 5. McLaughlin, no good.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Anderson outside, passes it to McLaughlin. And a miss there on the triple. And Collins has got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. Branham, the pass to Collins. To the wing right side. McDermott for 3. The basket is good off the assist from Graham. Graham's got 4 assists in the game. Minnesota's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Down low, here's Anderson. Rebounded by the Spurs. McDermott finds Graham. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
For 3, Edwards. Rebounded by the Spurs. Collins has got his 4th rebound in this one.
After hitting 1 3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
Connects from 3-point range.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
Well, you know, that's exactly their plan here in the 4th. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Miller with a wide open look. Buries the long-range jumper. Miller's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Branham. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
The pass to Anderson. Here's McLaughlin. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Hey, that's crazy there. I mean, insanity. At least wait until you get across half court. My goodness.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. And these days, you know, Clark, the trade for a star player takes a stockpile of draft picks, doesn't it?
Well, that seems to be the one way you can assure yourself of getting a proven star somewhere in the area of his prime. You know, and it doesn't always work out for both parties. Teams typically, in that case, would have to mortgage a bit of their future to get a player of that caliber. So it is tilted towards more risk than reward in most of those scenarios. Gobert can look over the top of just about any defense right there. Delivers a nice pass.
Pass to Collins. Now Wesley. Driving in. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Good work there as it goes.
And a little contact on the shot, but Conley with the laser focus on the finish.
Pass to Branham. Shoots the three. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
Well, he's been doing it all night.
Minnesota shooting well. They're at 45%.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Spurs.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
Sinks the three-pointer.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation.
Minnesota ball. Shooting for Minnesota.
And the technical free throw is good.
Lineup for your Spurs. Number 14, Blake Wesley.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. And Greg on top of the regular season tally in the win column. They earn their first win out of 4 in-season tournament group games.
Giving their fans just one more reason to get excited here early on this season. Congrats.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Zach. Great game for you tonight. When you get out there, what are you looking to do to influence the game?
You just got to be aggressive. Coach is giving me an opportunity to come in and play a decent amount of minutes, so I just try to make an impact in any way I can and keep giving him a reason to put me on the floor and help the team win.
Well, you were a big part of it tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And now, it's time to present the New Balance Player of the Game.